Hello, welcome back to this lab. In this lab, we are going to configure OSPF version 3 for IP version 6, and here we are going to implement multi-area. The topology that we've set here is the same with the topology that we configured in our previous OSPF multi-area for IP version 4, but here we are going to implement OSPF version 6. So it's just the same topology. What we are going to change is only the format of the IP address. Here we're going to use IP version 6. Now, with the topology I've set here, so we're going to look at the lab requirement here. So from the lab requirement, this is the topology, how the topology should be set. Where we have got area 0 here, and area 14, and area number 45. We have got 3 areas. The same with our lab here. This one will be area 0, area 0, area 14, then this one is area 45. So we are going to ensure that we are going to configure our lab in such a way that PCs on area 0 should be able to talk with PCs on area number 45. Let's now look at the lab at our task here. So in the task, we are number 1 here, configure routers with the IP version 6 address as shown in the topology and configure enable password as CCNA and the device password as Cisco. Configure multi-area OSPF version 3, that is IP version 6, process as per the topology. Configure virtual link to provide communication of area 45 with area 0. Then check the connectivity between the routers and PCs after the configuration is done. So we are going to configure OSPF virtual link between area 0 and area number 45 to ensure that those two areas are able to communicate, being that area 45 is not directly connected to our backbone area, that is area 0. So we are just going to start straight away. So before we even proceed, what we are going to do is because the configuration for the security on these routers are the same, I'm going to do that on my notepad here. So use that. So we are going to enter. So no IP domain lookup. We set the secret password. So enable password. The password we said is CCNA. After that, we are going to enter the console interfaces. So line console 0, password here is Cisco. Then tell it to log in. Then you enter the line VTY 0 to 4 for the remote login. Password also is Cisco. Then you tell it to log in. So this configuration need to be the same on all the routers. So what we are going to do, let's just copy all the configuration that when we get to those routers, I will just give them those configuration. So Control C. Now come back to our router and do the basic configuration, that is giving the interfaces IP addresses and also naming the devices. So this one will be router number 2. This is router number 2. This is router 3. This is router 1. This one is router 4. Then lastly, this one is router 5. So now let's enter into our first router number 1 here. So in this lab, actually IP version 6, because it is this very long, what we are going to do is just do copy pasting. Now we get into our router there, tell it no, then enable config terminal. Here host name here will be router number 1. After that, we come here and paste. And let's see if it's taken effect. Let's try and exit. Exit again. And exit. Now you see it has popped with the password. So we're going to type the password, which was Cisco for the console. Cisco. Then enable. Then when you want to enter the privilege executable mode, you also type a password that we set to CCNA as the practical suggested, CCNA. Now let's go back to our global configuration mode, config terminal. So after that, now we are going to set the IP addresses for the interfaces. So we have got serial number 0 here. Its IP address is this one here. So we copy that. So first of all, tell it IP version 6 unicast. Serial 0 is this one that connect to router number 1 there. So you copy and come to interface into that serial. So IPv6 address here, EUI. Then come back into interface gig 0/0 that connect to switch 0. So IPv6, give it that IP address. Description is a link to switch number 0. Then tell it no shut. Then after that, you also configure the loopback interfaces. So interface loopback 0 IP address here, we give it IP version 4 address, so it will be 1.1.1.1 just slash that will be 255.255.255.255. Enter. Then come into this our router number 2 here. Copy that address. Control C. Then you get into that router. Before we control C, we come to our notepad here. We copy that and also come and copy it on this other router. So say no. Enable config T. So while you are there, you give it a host name of this is router number 2. Then we paste. Enter. Exit and see if you can log in. Exit again. Exit. So Cisco password here is enable CCNA. Then config terminal. In the config terminal, now we are going to enter the interfaces and give them IP version 6 addresses. Control C. So IP version 6 unicast routing. Then enter interface gig 0/0. give it IP version 6 address. Here will be, you paste that we copied, then tell it UI, then description here, link to switch 0, tell it no shut. Then we come and copy the address that connect to PC number 1. So we copy that address, Control C, so interface gig0/1 IP version 6 address here, you paste and tell it EUI 64. Then description, a link to a local LAN, then tell it no shut. The interface is already up. We come to this our second router. Let's copy the logins. Control C. Enter to that router. Say no. Enable config T. So host name here, this is router number 3. Host name, this is router 3. So on router 3, we're going to paste the logins. After that, exit. Then what we do, we configure now the IP version 6 interface addresses. So IPv6 a unicast routing. So we copy here this address for gig0, Control C, come into that interface gig0/0 IPv6 address here, we paste, then tell it EUI to pick the local the host ID. Now we tell description, a link to switch 0, then tell it no shut. Interface gig0/1. So here IPv6, here we come and copy its IPv6, that interface that connect to this PC. So we give it this IP address, Control C, IPv6 address here, you paste, tell it EUI, the description, a link to a local LAN, tell it no shut to bring it up. Then configure the interface for the loopback. So interface loopback 0. IP address here will be 3.3.3.3. Wildcard mask of 255, not wildcard mask, subnet mask of 255.255.255. Enter that. Come back to PC number router number 2 and give it the loopback. So interface loopback 0. IP address here will be 2.2.2.2, mask of 255.255.255.255. Enter. and we are now on router number 4 here. So we copy the address for that and serial 0. So copy, Control C, enter into the CLI, tell it no, enable config T. Host name here, this is router number 4. Then we come and copy the security that we configured on our notepad. So Control C, come back to your router here, and you paste. Actually, putting them on the notepad help you now to make your work easy and very fast. So you log in, so then exit. After that, we enter the interfaces. So we copy this address for that interface, Control C. So interface serial 0. Before we configure that, let's tell it IPv6 unicast routing interface serial 0/0/0. IPv6 address here we copy and give it the EUI description, link to R1, tell it no shot. The link should be able to come up, then enter interface. The link status has changed to up, so interface loopback 0. IP address here will be 4.4.4.4, and the mask is 255.255.255.255. Then we configure the interface that connect to PC, the PC on our local LAN. So Control C. So interface gig 0/1 IPv6 address here we paste. Then tell it EUI 64. Description, link to local LAN. Then tell it no shot to bring it up. The interface has changed to up. Now we are on this interface that connect to router number 5. So we come and copy its address. Control C. Then interface, it is serial 0/0/1 IPv6 address here. You paste and tell it EUI 64. Then description here. So a link to R5. Tell it no shot. Bring it up. Now we are finally on our last router. We come and copy the logins. Control C. Enter to router number 5 here, the CLI. Say no. Enable. Then config T. Host name here, this is router number 5. Then we paste the logins. Say exit. So we exit. Then after that, you configure IPv6 unicast routing, then enter the interfaces. Come and copy the interface addresses. So copy that. So interface serial 0/0/1 IPv6 address here will be, you paste the address that you just copied, then tell it this address doesn't look correct, so we're going to change just something there. Control C, Control V. Then we change this one, it should be .5. Then come and copy that address. Control C. Then paste that address on that interface. So then tell it EUI 64. Then description, this is a link to router number 4, R4. Tell it no share to bring it up. Then enter interface for you copy this one that connect to the PC. Control C. Interface gig 0/1 IP version 6 address. You paste the address that you just copied. Then tell it EUI 64. Description here, the link to local LAN. Tell it no shut. So the interface is up. Then after that, you configure the loopback interface. Interface loopback 0. IP address here will be 5.5.5.5. The mask of 255.255.255.255. After that is done, what we are going to do, we go to our PCs and let them pick IP auto. So these PCs should pick IP automatically. So IP auto. Every PC should pick IP version 6 automatically. So go to that PC, desktop, then come to IP configuration. Then here you see here we have got static that you set state manually and also the automatic. When you set the automatic, you see now it has picked an IP version 6 address. So the IP version 6 address request was successful. When we look at its address here, you can see the subnet is the same as the subnet that we set on the interface of the router. Our second PC, also you do the same IP configuration, tell it to pick IP version 6 automatic. You see that one. And now we are on this PC. Desktop IP configuration. I tell it to pick IP version 6 automatically. Now we are lastly on this our last PC here. Desktop IP configuration, tell it to pick IP version 6 automatically. Now that after that is done, we want to just do something here. We want to pick those. When you look at this IP, you can't highlight that that address and copy it. So we're going just to go to the interface of this router and pick the interface address of the interface that connect to that PC. Then we do the editing. So exit. Exit again. So show IP version 6 interface brief. When you show interface brief, you can see the address that have been configured on the interfaces. So the interface that connect to the downward PC is that one. You copy it, then come down here and paste. You paste that. Then while you're on the PC, we are going to check its address now and modify it. So this one is 203. So we're going to change this one to 203. Then again, check this. The next octet will be E4FF. Modify that E4FF. Then you move to the next octet is FEEC. FEEC. Then the last octet says 8D 8D B5. 8D B5. So that one will be the address of that PC there. Again, we come and check the address for PC number 0. So we are required to log in after some time. Then enable config CCNA. Then show IPv6 interface brief. Copy the address for gig 1. Then you come and paste it here, down here, Control V. After that, we're going to do some modification. Just check here will be 2D0. So after colon, the colon after 3, 2D0. The next octet says 3, not 3D, 3FF. D3FF. The next octet says FE99. Then lastly, we'll have got 24D5. 24D5. That one will be the address of that PC. Now come to this, exit again. I'm going to pick the interface address that connect to the PC. So show IPv6 interface brief. Copy that address that connect to gig 1. That is that one there. Copy it. Come and you paste it down here. Control V. Bring it there. Then we are going to see. So that one will be the address for that interface. As you can see, it is the same with the address here. Now we are on this our last PC. So that one will be the IPv6 address for that to have been picked automatically with that last PC. So having done that, let's just save. Having done that, now we are going to check the connectivity now. Can we reach which network? Can we reach from which point? So let's see if you can reach that PC. Control C from this router. So ping that address there. Success rate here is 100%, meaning that this router here is able to reach PC. Why? Because it's on the same subnet. So it's on the same subnet of 2000, comma 2, comma 2, comma 2. So not comma, colon 2, colon 2. Now on this PC, can we ping now the interface that leaves the router? So come to that interface that leaves the router, that is this one here, and see if to control C and see if it can ping it. So come to your PC here. So ping that address, copy it. It's able to reach that one. Now, can it reach the interface that is on this router number 1 here? Let's test that. So Cisco is the password, then enable, then the mode, the password for the executable mode is CNA. Show IPv6 interface brief. For gig 0, the address is this one here. Let's copy it and try to ping from this PC. So ping that address and see. It can't ping. You will be told request timeout. So meaning that it doesn't know where that network is. The network is not directly connected to that, to the network where that PC belongs. So also from this PC, let's see if you can ping that network. So ping. You see, it's not able to ping. So that's now where we are going to configure now OSPF to help communication between those different networks. So go to this router here, enable config terminal. On the config terminal, we are now going to configure OSPF version 6. So IP version 6 router here, OSPF process number 1 here. We are going to give each router the process number according to the number of the router on that process router. So enter interface, give it router ID. So router ID here will be the loopback address 1.1.1.1. After that, you enter the interface that are on that router. So like for instance, this router here has got 2 interfaces, that is interface gig 0 and interface serial 0. So you enable OSPF on those interfaces. So interface gig 0/0 IP version 6 OSPF process number 1 here. Then area, you tell it area 0, that is on the backbone, that interface that connect to switch number 0. Then you enter interface serial 0/0/0 at the IP version 6 here. OSPF process is number 1. Then area here is area 14 that connect to router number 4. After that, we quit and you come to this router here and also configure OSPF. So enable config terminal. So IPv6 router here, OSPF process number 2, router ID will be 2.2.2.2. After that, you enter the interface gig 0/0 tell it IP version 6 here, OSPF number 2, then area, it's on area 0. It should be able now to establish a neighbor relationship with that with the router number 1. Then enter interface gig 1. You can see here it has established a neighbor with 1.1.1, that is router number 1, through gig 0, and the status is full. So now we are on gig 1. Also tell it enable OSPF version 6 on that interface, and should be able now to see that interface. Now let's see if we can ping now the address that we had on that router. So let's see now. See, you can see now it's able to ping because now it knows where that network it belongs, and it has learned through that network through now the OSPF. This side we've not configured OSPF, so let's come to that router, enable config terminal IP version 6 router OSPF. Here will be process number 3. Tell it router ID will be 3.3.3.3. After that, we enter interface gig 0/0. Tell it IP version 6. OSPF process number 3. Area here is area 0, and it should be able to establish neighbor relationship with the router number 1. Then interface, you can see now it has changed to establish a neighbor relationship. Now we are on interface gig 1. Tell it area number 0. Now let's see if you can ping that gateway, that router number 1. Now you can see it's able to go on successfully. Let's continue. Now we are on this router number 4. We are going to configure the interfaces and enable OSPF on those interfaces. So login Cisco, enable. In the privilege executive mode, enter the password CCNA. Now enable config terminal, the IP version 6 router OSPF. Here is version number process number 4. Tell it router ID of 4.4.4.4. Enter the interface serial 0/0/0. Area here not area, IP version 6 OSPF process number 4 here with the area of area 14. You can see now it has exchanged a neighbor, it has established a neighbor with the router number 1, because this router here will act as the ABR, area border router, between area number 0 and area number 14. So it should establish a neighbor relationship. Now you enter interface serial 1. Serial 1 is on IP version 6 OSPF number 4. Area here will be area number 45. That is the area where the router number 5 belongs. So that, then you enter interface that connect to the downward PC, and also enable OSPF on that interface. So interface gig 0/1 IPv6 OSPF process number 4. Area here will be area 14. Now let's go to our router number 5 here. Cisco enable CCNA. enable config t. So after that, we are now going to tell it IP version 6 router OSPF process number 5 here. Router ID will be 5.5.5.5. After that, tell it IP enter interface. We have got how many interfaces? Two interfaces. The interface that connect to the PC and the interface that connect to router number 4. So interface serial 0/0/1. Tell it IP version 6 OSPF here. It process number 5. Area here will be area number 45, and should be able to establish a neighbor with interface on router number 4. Now we are on gig. You can see here it has established a neighbor with router number 4, that is 4.4.4. Let's enter interface gig 0/1 IP version 6 OSPF process number 5 here. Area will be area 45, and exit again. Let's show IP version 6 OSPF neighbor, and you'll see its neighbor is router number 4 here. And come back to your router number 1. Exit, show IPv6 OSPF neighbor. You can see the neighbors. We have got the neighbor of 2.2, which will act as the backup designated router. Then 3.3, which act as the DR other, and router number 4. Router number 4, it doesn't show anything because this one is a serial interface, and serial interface that is participating in the DR and BDR election. So that's why you see you are being given a dash here. Now let's see, can we now ping any of the interfaces? So let's see if we can ping the interface of this router. Exit again. Show IPv6 interface brief. Want to see that serial 0 on gig on router number 4. Pick its IP version 6 address. Copy and come and see if you can ping it from this our PC. So ping, can we reach it? So we are able to reach that interface. While we are on this PC, we can reach this interface where this router number 4 is. So this interface here, we can reach this interface, meaning that we are helped by the OSPF because backbone 0 was able to establish an OSPF link with area number 14. So now can we ping this other PC? This PC on that area number 14. So Control C and see if you can ping it. Or ping. This link is not able to go through, but we'll troubleshoot that. Let's just continue with the practical. By the end of this session, we'll be able to troubleshoot that. Let's see if we can ping this interface from that PC. Copy. So while we are on this PC, let's see if you can ping that interface that leaves that router. So control, so ping. So we can reach that router. We can reach this interface. While you're on this PC, we can reach this interface. And while we are on this PC, we can also reach this interface. But now while you're on this PC, we can't reach this interface. So can we now reach the interface that leaves this router through the serial number 1? Let's see and copy that address. Because that interface is on a different this interface here is on a different area, that is area number 45, and area number 45 is not directly connected to our backbone area 0. So can we still able to communicate with that area? Let's see if that can work. So ping, you paste that. You see here, you are being told here the destination host is unreachable. Destination host is unreachable. So it can't get to the gateway of that network. So actually from that point is where we are now going to implement our new concept, that is OSPF version 3 virtual link. So we're going to configure a virtual link on this router to link area number 0 and area number 45. So we configure the virtual link on router number 1 and router number 4. So enter into your enable config, enable config t. Then you enter, you tell it IP version 6 router OSPF process number 1 here. Then tell it area. We want to link area number 0 with area number 14. So area 14, then the virtual link here will be with the loopback address will be 4.4.4.4. Come to your router on this other side here and do the same. Config t. So IP version 6 router OSPF process number 4 here. Then tell it area 14, where we are going to establish a virtual link. Then virtual link with a 1.1.1.1, that is router number 1. After that, we check, come to your router there, tell it exit again. So show IP version 6 OSPF virtual link. When you do that, you can see here virtual link OSPF version 3 has been established to router number 4.4.4, and it is up. The virtual link is already up. So and with the IP version 6 address here, it will be that one there. So with the virtual link set, let's now see if we can reach this network now. So let's save our configuration. So Cisco enable config CCNA, copy running configuration startup also on this router, Cisco CCNA copy run startup do the same to this router. So having configured the virtual link to link area number 0 and area number 45, all the pieces in this network should now be able to reach each other. They should be able to ping. So that's now what we are going to see now in this our last step. So in our last step, we're going to do verification and testing. So we're going to verify what we've configured and also test our network. So what we do, we start with the verification, then we go to testing. Testing is just we're going to do the ping for testing connectivity. Now we do the verification. Now we are going to go to this our router and type some of the verification command. Show IPv6 protocol. When you show IPv6 protocol here, you can see there are IPv6 routing protocol is connected, and the routing protocol is router OSPF number 1, and the area has been enabled on the interfaces. That interface gig 0 and area number 14 has been enabled on interface serial 0/0. So also come to this. So show IP version 6 OSPF IPv6 protocol. Now you are able to see the process is number 2, OSPF process number 2, and those are the interface that has been enabled. All the two interfaces has been enabled on area number 0. Come to this other route, this router number 4. So show IPv6 protocol. Enter. You can see here we have got OSPF process number 4. The interface that has been connected to area number 0, area number 14 is gig 1 and serial 0/0/0. And area number 5, we have got serial 0/0/1. And finally on router number 5, show IPv6 protocol. You can see gig 1 and serial 1 are connected to both area number 45. Then the process ID here is OSPF number 5. Then after that we show IPv6 OSPF interface. When you show IPv6 OSPF interface here, you can see gig 1 is up and the line protocol is up. The link local address is this one here. The interface ID is number 2, and it's area 0 with the process ID of that one. Instance ID is 0. The router ID is that one. The network type here is a broadcast with the cost of 1. The DR priority here is 1. Designated router is 5.5.5. That is the router with the that is connected to that PC, and that one, and so on and so on. And you can see also on serial interface the network type here will be point to point because that is a serial interface. Okay, let's also check that one on this other router. Show IPv6 OSPF interface. And you do that, you can see here the network type is a broadcast because that is a Ethernet link, and designated router is 3.3.3. Backup designated router will be 2.2.2. You see that? So that is how you do that, how you see the verification. Then also let's see the last verification command before we go to testing. Show IP version 6 route OSPF. show IP version 6 route OSPF. You can see here intra area and that one. Then OSPF has been enabled on those interfaces. You can see with the IP version 6 addresses, the link local address is FE that one, and so on and so forth. So having done that, having done the verification testing, now we are going to now test the if we can ping our network. So let's see if this PC and this PC are able to communicate. So copy that address, Control C, and come to your PC here. So ping that. You can see now this PC is able to reach this PC, meaning that this PC also can also reach that PC. So copy the address, Control C, come to this ping, copy paste that. That one is able to go through. Now we want to see, can we ping this PC from this router here? Can we reach this PC from this router here? That one will now tell us that the virtual OSPF virtual link was established successfully, because now this router is on backbone 0, but this interface, this PC is on a different area that is not directly connected to our backbone area. So the virtual link was able to help now link the two areas that are not connected to the backbone. So let's copy the address of that, Control C, and come to this router, ping, and paste that address. You can see here the success rate was 100%, meaning that the ping service was successful. And can we now reach this PC from these other PCs? So let's see. So ping. So you can see here it is returning packets, but some of the two packets here we are losing some two packets here. So that one maybe is because of the link keep on buffering, so going on and on and off. So that's why we can see here now 4 packets were sent, we will only receive 2, meaning that 2 were lost. Our loss percentage is 50. That one should not happen. Should also always check if the links are active. So also on this PC, so ping, test that. You can see this our PC is able to reach this one successfully. No packets was lost. So also let's copy its address. Control C, and come to this PC and test that. So ping. So you can see now we are able to reach our PC number, our PC here from the PC on the area number 0 here without with a 0 loss, is a 0 packet loss. So having implemented that, meaning that our virtual link is working successfully, and these people on this area are able to reach our subnet area on subnet 0. And also can we ping this PC from that side? So Control C, and let's ping and paste that. You can see now we are also able to reach that PC without any difficulty. So Control C, come to this other PC and see if that communication is two-way. So ping. and that one also is able to go on successfully. So actually that is how you implement OSPF version 3 in our multi-area network, where we have got different areas. So it's very interesting topic, and also you get to understand deeply how you can configure your OSPF version number 6. So thank you for watching this, and remember to share your comments in the comment section. In case you have any question, feel free to ask. And so let's meet in our next lab.